was probably the most vulgar you guys have gone so far.
Well, no one actually has sex.
That's true.
No
There's a lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, I guess I don't think swear words are bad. I just go, whatever.
Yeah, we didn't notice if the play was vulgar or not.
Last night, since we saw it twice, we decided to count. We say the F word 62 times in Twisted.
62? Is that it?
That's it?
That's it. For a PG-13, you're allowed to say it once. So how do you guys say this is a PG-13 show?
Who said it was
I never said it was PG.
Oh, that's on your FAQ.
Yeah, it's
Oops.
No, it should say R.
I think everything we've ever done is rated R.
Oh, I
right?
agree.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't understand why there are children in your audience.
Hey.
Win some, you lose.
Yeah. Oops. Sorry.
Have you ever had like angry parents like come at you about? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, mainly in the first Harry Potter. They said, this isn't Harry Potter. And we said, yeah.
Or like in the second Harry Potter, people complained that there was too much swearing. You know, but I think we've weaned people onto the idea that like, we're gonna say swear words. So,
Yeah.
So that's how you just handled it, like, well,
yeah, we just didn't care what it was.
okay, well, that's good.
Yeah, and it's just like, you know, if you're calling the show Twisted and you don't go someplace interesting, or if you're going, no, we can't say that, it's like,
Yeah,
you
it's like,
probably missed the point.
or you might as well not do it. You know,
Might as well
it's
not
like
do it.
if it's not going to be any rougher than a Disney movie, it's like you might as well watch the Disney movie.
Disney.
The
You
Disney
know, Little
movie's
Aladdin's
still
pretty
really
funny.
Yeah, we were concerned about this show being a less funny version of Aladdin.
Oh,
So,
definitely not.
so I think, but we had to make it more mature. It had to be for people that were kids when the movie Aladdin came out. So it's for people that are like in their mid-late 20s.
Well, even when like you do all these parodies and you're just saying like you're just having fun with these characters, you guys do have like lessons at the end of your shows. Like there
Yeah.
are lessons to be learned from Twisted. There are lessons to be learned in the Harry Potters. So
Yeah, we always try to put something like that in there. We always try to, or else it feels a little too shallow. Sometimes that's why we won't do ideas, because we go, there's nothing really to say in the end.
Yeah, we're always trying to be taken seriously.
I don't think so. Not too much.
We're trying to be legitimate writers sometimes.
I don't care that much. But yeah. Twisted, I guess, is about failure.
And what it means to be a failure, and like, you know, being a cynical old person and realizing that you can't go back to being pure, saying that it happens.
It's a lot about the world beating you down.
And, but that's okay. You know? And then you just have to die.
Then you just have to die and, pass things on
Yeah.
to people who aren't destroyed by the world yet.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what it's about. It's a lot about failure. It's a lot about death. It's about the death of, a character. The death of the Disney,
The Disney
2D
animation,
which is,
it's literally, they ended it, they fired all the 2D department, so it's dead.
There's definitely, we wanted to get a little bit of melancholy into the show, to say, because, there's a little bit of melancholy whenever you go back and watch a Disney movie. You go, it's too bad this doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
That this is now just a dead art form.
Yeah, and it's like, people try to do the 3D movies, but they're not the same.
Yeah. It's all this.
It's like 3D's fine, but it's not the same thing.
It'll never look as good, It's the 2D looked way better. It just moved. looks like
just beautiful, just a beautiful painting, everything. And like, it just by a real human hand, not by a human inputting something into a computer.
Yeah.
You know?
Data into a robot that's then saying, this is construction of human, and you go, yeah, I get it. It looks like polygons.
Yeah.
Not to say it doesn't look like nice
It
polygons.
looks really good, you know, like Twisted is beautiful, Tangled is beautiful. You know, Tangled is a beautiful movie. And, but you know, it's also, 3D is always becoming out of date because the technology keeps getting better and better. So you look at Toy Story now, the original
go,
Toy Story,
"Ugh,
and
it doesn't
it
look
looks
good."
like shapes, you know, it looks like basic shapes moving around. You look at the first Monsters, Inc. compared to the sequel Monsters, Inc., and you sort of go, whoa, this is really different. So it's always becoming out of date to where the movies don't age as well as like Snow White. Like, you look at it now and it looks just as beautiful as it always did because a painting is always going to be beautiful. You know?
Yeah.
It's like a painting is not going to be out of date because
Yeah.
you can't paint in any better way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you feel like that happens in theater?
In theater,
Yeah.
we don't know as much about theater.
Yep. Yep, that's a great answer.
Okay.
We don't know anything about theater. We know about movies.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like, you know, really, when we started to do the Harry Potter thing, we honestly said, how would Disney do a Harry Potter thing? Because Disney will take stories, you know, like they would, if Walt Disney were still alive, he would have made Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Harry Potter would have been an animated musical.
Probably.
And even Steven Spielberg, they asked him to direct the first Harry Potter movie, and he said, I don't think I want to do it because if I did do it, it would be an animated picture.
Yeah.
And so I think that, you know, he would do that. He would take it and he would compile it down from many stories into one story, and he would say, we're going to make the characters funny, like in Jungle Book and like stuff like that. In like Peter Pan, he takes the things and he puts a contemporary spin on them and makes them like not British, or like we'll take King Louis and make him a jazz singer and stuff like that. And you sort of say, that's sort of what we tried to do with all of our shows. Especially Me and My Dick. We tried to say, it's like a Disney movie about dicks.
Yeah. 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 I often think about, in like 30 years, or 20 years, or I don't know, when they inevitably remake the Harry Potter movies, you know? I think, will they ever just do it as one movie? And how would they cut it down? And I just go, I could see probably how they'd cut it down, because you just kill Voldemort at the end of the first one. It's like, it's basically they kill him at the end of the first one, and then just kill him again at the end of the seventh one. And then there's 5 books in between where they just don't kill him, or they do kill him. But basically all you need to do is kill him. And I was like, you probably would just compile it down into 1 year. Probably would just be 1 year. Probably what you'd do is you'd have Harry's friends be in the other houses. I always think about that. I always go, Hermione should be in Ravenclaw. That
And
makes
Ron
sense.
should be in Hufflepuff.
Ron should just be in Hufflepuff. And then the house of the bad guys is just Slytherin, which Malfoy is the other main kid, who's just a bad kid.
But then he's not so bad in the end, you know, or you like beat him or something. But if you were to compile it down into one story, I think that would be the way to do it.
So yeah, I always think about that. I go, when there's a little bit more time between the people in the Harry Potter franchise, how would they cut it down? They're gonna cut it down like
They're
that.
gonna cut it down, you know. It's like,
Which is basically all we tried to do when we did the show. We said, it's just 1 year. It's just 1 year. He's just going back to school. It's like, who cares about
him getting
the
to school. Yeah.
Who cares? Let's just kill Voldemort at the end. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know,
Voldemort just sort of comes back in the middle, and then he dies.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to thank you guys for this. We could keep this going for hours, but I don't want to keep you all day. We literally could. I'm enjoying this conversation so much. But thank you guys for your time. Thank you for sharing about Twisted. And this will be on YouTube. I want to say goodbye to people.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.